What's up, people? I'm here in Brooklyn, New York. Beautiful Friday afternoon, September 23rd, 2022. Almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 64 degrees Fahrenheit today on the second day of autumn. That's 18 Celsius. And I haven't been here in a while. This is Sunset Park, Brooklyn, 8th Avenue. Brooklyn's largest Chinatown. Hung Mao, this is Brooklyn Chinatown, you're right. Secondhand sample is saying autumn's the best time of the year. For some it is. I like the autumn because I like to see the leaves changing colors. AA says they were threatened with violence on the bus last night. Sorry to hear that, AA. I hope you're doing okay now. Looks like it's still as busy as ever here on 8th Avenue. Dwayne's saying, when exactly do the leaves change colors in New York? Really depends on the year, really. Some years it's earlier and some years it's later. I don't really know when the environmental people are forecasting that the leaves are changing. Always the problem with traffic. Oh, Henry, you like the Jamaica premiere? I enjoyed walking through Jamaica as well. Definitely a lot different than a lot of places in New York. The same like over here. This is very different than many places in New York City. Pizza Man says, how many Chinatowns are there in the 5 boroughs? Let's see. You've got Chinatown, Manhattan, that's the most well-known. There's Elmhurst, Queens, there's Long Island City, there's Flushing, so that's 3 in Queens. Then there's Sunset Park, Brooklyn, that's 5. 18th Avenue is 6. 86th Street, 7. And Avenue U, I think, is 8. At least 8 in total. Art Molina, $1.99. Yo, AK, wish you could stay. New York never gets old. Thanks, Art Molina. Appreciate the support. The Hami melon is actually a really good price. $1.49 a pound. $0.99 a pound for the bitter melon. And 99 cents a pound for kohlrabi. That's actually a really good price compared to broccoli. I've seen broccoli like over $2 a pound. And kohlrabi that has a similar taste to broccoli. Aiden now at $2. Please make a 1-year review video living in Miami. Thank you, Aiden. I'm not really sure if I will make a video like that. Just because I've only lived there for about 6 months now. Kyle saying $2. Greetings from Bushwick. Happy Friday. Appreciate it, Kyle. Thank you very much. dumplings market. Oh, Sin Fa Bakery is still around. They're known for their egg custard. Here, I have to show you their egg custard. I think it's actually in the back. Oh no. This is my favorite egg custard tart in New York City, Sin Fa Bakery. Oh, there they are. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So good. Just as large as I remember them. Mini Sue's strong words better than Flushing. Yes, definitely better than Flushing. I won't be getting it now because I'm saving myself for later. Dwayne says, can you buy us one to try? I'm not in the mood for egg custard right now. I'll get it later probably. Minnie Sue says you need to make a trip now. A lot of people do. They come down here just for the egg custard. If you want to go to Sin Fa Bakery, it's on 8th Avenue between 56th Street and 57th. Jeebus, you had a trip planned for mid-October to Manhattan, but my fiance got intimidated by the monkeypox case numbers. Well, I won't be giving an opinion on it because a lot of people are going to say otherwise, but just do what's best for you. If it's a concern for you and your fiance, then maybe you should reconsider. I never saw this store before. The Bisou Life Store. What is this place? Looks like an anime store. Interesting to see places like this on 8th Avenue because it used to be just like all food places and grocery stores. Minnie Sue said they have one in Flushing too. Yeah, I kind of remember. Oh, I think this is the place you can get like $2 peanut noodles. Is it still around? There's a Kung Fu Tea. I think this is new. Oh, never mind. The peanut noodle place isn't on this block. I forget which one it is. Minnie Sue says, please find out so I can add it to your food list. It's been a while since I've been here, so a lot of my memory on exactly where these restaurants are is fading. But I did do a food tour with my friend Herby Bar. He has it still on his YouTube channel, of the Sunset Park Chinatown. I brought him to Sin Fa Bakery, the peanut noodle place, as well as another place with amazing dumplings, like really, really big dumplings. Mikey Chen even reviewed it and said that he came just here just for the dumplings. And you know him, his entire channel is based on food. Strictly dumplings goes hand in hand, right? Mark saying parking's terrible. Oh, for sure. Hard to get parking around here. Like even here, you think there's a spot, but it's actually a truck loading zone. So you can't legally park here. Minnie Sue says Mikey's not to be trusted anymore. My friend tried a bunch of places and wasn't happy. I mean, take it for what it is, right? Not everyone's gonna agree with his food reviews. Here's King's Kitchen. Let me see where Kai Feng Dumplings is. I'm gonna actually search it up. It's not too far away. I looked it up. It's on 48th Street. We're on 52nd. This spot on the corner here is my favorite barbecue grill in 8th Avenue, Chinatown. They have some really amazing roast pork, chicken, duck. I think I'll wrap around the other side after I visit the dumpling place. So you get to see it soon. Andrew's saying it's sweater season. It is. It's in the 60s. That's 18 Celsius right now. By the way, this spot here, Lucky Vegetarian, is the best vegetarian restaurant, I think, in Brooklyn, right here. It's on the basement of a Buddhist temple. That's right, Daryl. I was there before with Here Bar. That was also in the video that I featured, or he featured, of this neighborhood. The best spots to eat on Brooklyn Chinatown. Actually, I'm noticing 8th Avenue didn't really change too much. There's maybe like one store that was new that I didn't recognize, but for the most part, it looks pretty much the same. With regards to Brooklyn Chinatown, the further up you get away from the subway station, the less busy it gets. And even though this spot that I want to show you, Kai Fung Dumplings, is a little bit out of the way of the subway, it's worth it to go here just for the dumplings alone. All right, here we are, 48th Street. Here it is. unassuming spot right around the corner. Kai Feng Food Dumplings. It's like a small little hole in the wall, but the dumplings are great. Minnie's, those are the best places. Sometimes they are. You're not going to get the service because it's all takeout, but boy, are their dumplings are good. Oh, Linda, nice to see you in Brooklyn, aka I teach there and was in Brooklyn this week as an extra in a TV show. Very nice. Dwayne is asking, where's the best place for the Peking duck in New York? Good question. Probably one of these like 5-star restaurants in New York. I'm not really too familiar with them, but you'll find them. They're like the Michelin star ones. Well, they'll cost a lot of money there. I know some good spots for Peking duck in Flushing, Queens. I forget the name of some of these places, but when I do visit Flushing, it'll come back to me. Alonzo asks, where can you get the best dumplings? Probably that place I just showed you, Kai Feng Food Dumpling House. Gerard says Flushing doesn't count, the commercial center is small. It's difficult to really measure the size of these Chinatowns because even though technically Flushing is the largest Chinatown, you're mixing in the Chinese with a lot of other people of Asian ethnicity, and Flushing extends for a long while along Northern Boulevard into the east. So if you count that by land area, it may be the largest, but the commercial center around Main Street, that Chinatown center, is very small. But if you were to consider just like commercial center, which one's the largest, it'll be here in Brooklyn, 8th Avenue. This is the largest Chinatown commercial center-wise. But according to land area and like Asian population, Flushing is the largest. And then Manhattan is the most well-known. And then the fastest growing Chinatown is Long Island City, Queens, which I actually featured on Action Kid Extra. I went to a new place called Dun Huang, and it had the braised beef noodle soup. Here's the BCA, Brooklyn Chinese American Association. They're responsible for a lot of the community events here. If anyone has any troubles, they can go in here and get help. See, there's even a school registration that people can do. Head Start. Adriana, I don't think there's a Joe Shanghai around here. The only ones which I'm aware of are in Manhattan Chinatown as well as in Flushing. Uzi Star says great info. You're welcome, Uzi Star. We're coming up very soon to the roast meat restaurant, which I really like. Roast 28. No shortage of roast meats here. It smells so good just standing outside the store. And look at their special. No need to go to Manhattan Chinatown for this famous dish, the roast pork over rice. You can come here and get it for $7.50. And look at this. No line, you can just go right up and get it. Whereas if you go to Manhattan Chinatown, there's a place there on Christie Street which is very famous for their roast meats called Wah Fong Fast Food. It always has a line outside, but you can come right here, get the similar kind of food. Sebastian G, €199. Good to see you back in New York City. Thanks, Sebastian. Appreciate the support. I'm not sure how much Wah Fong charges for their roast meats now, but $7.50 seems like a very good price. Not sure in Minisu if they're owned by the same people as Flushing Corner 28. That's the same number. The ABX girl says, AK, the governor of Florida declared a state of emergency with the storm. Please stay in New York City a little longer. Yeah, I saw that. They're watching I think they call it a tropical depression. They're expecting it to form into a hurricane. And the track is expected to hit Florida, but there's a lot of different models. They don't exactly know where it's gonna land. But I think most models are predicting that it's gonna strike the western tip of Cuba and then head just off the Florida Keys and land somewhere on the western Florida coast. But it's just sad to see these storms developing out in the Atlantic now. I know Puerto Rico and now Bermuda had to suffer a lot from Hurricane Fiona. And also Nova Scotia is going to be hit with Hurricane Fiona too, all the way up in the north. It's going to land as a hurricane. That's what they're predicting. Sea of East Ocean restaurant. Oh wow, we can see the fish right in the window. That's a huge lobster. Whoa. What is that, like king lobster? Douglas Fatilla with $2. Aloha AK. Love your work. Appreciate you. Thanks, Douglas. Appreciate the support. Andrew's saying, Action Kid, usually people go to Florida during the northeast winters, not the other way around. Well, if you follow me for a while, you know that I don't usually do what most people expect me to do, so. I've gone to New Orleans in the middle of the summer in the thick of August. I travel to these neighborhoods that many people would never dream to visit. Douglas saying the Asian community reminds you of the Richmond district in San Francisco. Oh, nice. Yeah, MK, I was just mentioning it. Unfortunately, it looks like a lot of the models are predicting it's going to hit the southwestern coast of Florida, maybe Naples or the Tampa Bay area. Berlin 740 with €2. Much love from Berlin. Hope you're doing good. I sure am. Thanks for the support. They've got some great prices on this produce. Eric says we live in Clearwater and we are stocked up on water. That's good, Eric. MK says, are you going to be home for the hurricane? I don't intend to go to Florida right now with that storm coming. Smells like fish around here. I know some people are put off by the fishy smell, but to me it doesn't really bother me. Douglas, you love the fish smell? Certainly unique. $1 a pound for daikon. That looks good. 2 pounds for $4. The baby bok choy long on is $6. You can get some great bargains here on your produce. Janara says, why go into the storm if you don't have to? Stay safe out there. Yeah, it'd be kind of irresponsible for me to go in the middle of a hurricane. Isaac says, has anyone having troubles with the new iOS 16 updates? You know, Isaac, I didn't update to iOS 16 yet. Usually, whenever there's a new major upgrade of iOS, I wait until at least there's the 0.1 version before I upgrade. I'll stay on the latest version of iOS 15 until the 0.1 update comes out. Because there's always going to be some kind of like bugs that they need to iron out, even though it's a final release. I'm just a little bit more careful than other people when it comes to that. What are all these papers doing in the middle of the sidewalk? It's just gonna blow around everywhere with the wind. Big Face Trial says you're on iOS 16.1. Oh, the 0.1 update already came out? I wasn't even aware. I'll have to look into it and maybe I'll update now. Andy Woods says, is this Hurricane Fiona traveling up the East Coast? It won't hit the East Coast until it gets to Nova Scotia. Hopefully it doesn't impact too many people. Sade says, love the little markets out there. Happy Friday. Oh yes, beautiful here. Jackie said, is this near the Fort Hamilton stop? No, we're near the 8th Avenue stop right now. Fort Hamilton is a little bit towards the east. In fact, now that you mention it, let's walk towards there. Yeah, Pity's Rock, I know about that. It's scary to think that we don't know what the path of this potential hurricane is going to go. It can go to the west, it could curve to the east. Oh, look at this. Dunhuang. I think this is the same Dunhuang that I tried in Long Island City. So you can get it here in Brooklyn's Chinatown as well, just off of 8th Avenue on 60th Street. What's up, Jaycation? People wearing jackets now. Must be fall in New York. Oh yes. Second day of fall. Even me, I'm wearing a cardigan today. The short sleeve shirts and shorts didn't last too long. Sunshine after rain, you love the fall. Fall is an awesome season. Dutchman says Jaycation's your favorite California and Vegas YouTuber. Yeah, and he recently went with me in Miami. We went to a lot of different spots. If you check out his channel, he did a video, the top 10 rip-off scams and tourist traps in Miami. Really good video. And it says the hurricane should hit next week. You should stay in New York City. I'm not intending to go right into a hurricane. Hung Mouse says, good tips from Jay and AK. Yes, we put a lot of our knowledge to rest in the video. Oh wow, this is a new residential building. Never thought I'd see this in the middle of Sunset Park. MK says, filming the hurricane from your balcony would be epic. Yeah, I think I'll skip on that. If I'm not there, then why put myself in harm's way by traveling back to Miami? Amelia says Jaycation's my favorite Filipino ahead of Dave Bautista. My friend with 99 cents. Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it very much. Sounds like my friend. Thank you for the support. Adriana says New York City's so beautiful during the fall. It doesn't rain as much and the weather is awesome. Sure is. Oops. Flipped the camera accidentally. Rob says it was cool when you showed the floods in Miami. Yeah, considering I was there during the rainy season, it didn't really rain too much. It was only that one storm that came by that flooded a lot of downtown and Brickell and a lot of the surrounding areas in Miami. Mute Dalian with £2. Appreciate it. Mute Dalian. Thanks for the support. So here's Fort Hamilton Parkway. The subway station is actually down that way. Yeah, Rose, I'm in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Across the street, and I'll show you the subway station. Anna's saying you were in New York City last winter. It was on the warm side. No surprise we're seeing bad hurricanes now. The weather this year has just been very unusual. Florida didn't really get a lot of rain during the rainy season. The rest of the world was heating up, and where I was in Miami, it was cooler than a lot of other places, including New York City, which was like in the high 90s. And then out in the west, there were droughts and barely any rain. It's really unusual. And during all that time, it didn't rain in Florida very much. Now all of a sudden, there's a hurricane coming. It's like there's extremes. And even in Las Vegas, there was a crazy downpours of rain for like many days. Even the casinos were flooding, and you saw like the Las Vegas Strip being the Las Vegas River. Jackie says you're in South Carolina and we have hurricane season from October till December. Yeah, I think hurricane season is supposed to end around November.
I know, but if you want...
Here's the subway station, Fort Hamilton Parkway. Wow, this is a really good lunch special. $7.99 beef, chicken, or fish with rice, beans, and salad. You can still get amazing meals in New York for relatively good prices. Dan's asking if I've ever been through a hurricane. Sure, I went through Sandy. I think it was called Superstorm Sandy. It was on the borderline of a Category 1 and a tropical storm in New York City. That was a mess to live through. Andrew, we lost power for a week in New Jersey because of Sandy. That was a really bad storm. And even to this day, New York City is still suffering from the effects of that storm. The New York City subway tunnels got flooded from that storm. And there are even some tunnels that they wanted to do more extensive work on, and they're not finished yet. Like I know the Canarsie tubes, which are used by the L train, they were going to completely redo the 2 tubes that run between Brooklyn and Manhattan. But an alternative plan was put in place where that major reconstruction didn't have to happen, and they lined the utilities and the electric lines on the outside of the tunnel instead. Michael said he sent a Gmail of an illustration of AK as a GTA character. I'll have to check it. I've been a bit behind checking my emails. Jackie says, yes, Sandy was awful. My family lived in Far Rockaway and they lost their homes. I remember. I went to places, I saw floodwaters. I remember after Sandy, there were subways going to Manhattan, but they really limited the service. I think from Queens into Manhattan, they only went as far south as 34th Street. And then pretty much all the subway lines going from Brooklyn to Manhattan got shut down because of that storm. Let's wait for this driver to back up. I think they're letting me go. Another subway station. You can tell it's a subway station by the globe on the top there. The globe over there, the colors, they mean certain things. Like I think if it's green, it means that the station is open all the time, and if it's red, then the station can be skipped or something like that. I forgot exactly how it went. But it's the same subway station as the one we saw from back there, Fort Hamilton Parkway. Look at this. Kamo Rabi Full House. It's a sushi restaurant. Looks good. But you know what the issue is? no prices. They got rid of all of them because I guess nowadays they have to update their prices quite frequently. Oh, Carl, that's what it is. A red dome means the subway entrance is not open at all times. Okay. It's kind of neat to be walking along the subway like this, showing the residential side of Brooklyn. Edwin, you can't eat raw fish. Many people can't. You always got to be really careful when you're eating raw things. Even raw vegetables you got to be careful of, and fruits. Because there could be harmful bacteria on these foods that you ingest that are really bad for you. It's important to wash your food. Cooking it is even better to get rid of the germs. Robert says sushi fish must be frozen at -31 Fahrenheit for at least 15 minutes to kill off the parasites. Yeah, that's a good technique that they use to freeze it to that temperature. There's a lot of ways to purify your food and to make it good. You could always cook it, wash it with soap and water. It gets rid of a lot of stuff, but sometimes there's stuff that stays around, like pesticides, which you can't really get rid of completely. The Mighty Bull at $4.99. Thank you, Mighty Bull. Appreciate the support. Adam, I didn't move back to New York City. Just here for a visit. Adriana loves oysters, but you always get sick. Not all the restaurants clean them. That's true. You have to be really careful when it comes to raw seafood. It's a really nice part of Brooklyn. Chris Bates saying, do you think you'll ever move back to New York City? Life is unpredictable, Chris. Could happen in the future, but as of the moment, I'm not moving back to New York just yet. Oh, this is unique. You rarely see these large garages. Most of the homes here, they may have a small driveway, but they don't have a large garage like that. Oh, look at this. This person's growing the bitter melon just in their front yard. They were selling for like $1.99 back on 8th Avenue. And look at the size of that melon there. The best way to avoid contaminants in your food is to grow your own. Then you exactly know where it came from. Someone has a green thumb. This person doesn't even have soil, but they put everything in pots. Even in New York, it's possible to grow your own food. This one is also a bitter melon vine, but it looks like it's the end of the season now. A lot of these leaves are dying off. Joe Hernandez says you still need to clean them. Oh, for sure. Because who knows what can get on that food. Flies could land on it, you have pests. But it's a lot better than getting your food from the grocery store where you may not know if it came from good soils and contaminants. Chris Bates, that's bitter melon, you love it? Yeah, bitter melon I think is an acquired taste. Mini Sue says very acquired. Supposedly bitter melon's good for you. Good for digestion. It's hard to get a food that's bitter than bitter melon. It's kind of like the most representative food of a food being bitter. Kind of like when you think of a sour food, it'll be a lemon. Minnie Sue says the worse it tastes, the better it is for you. I'm not sure about that, because you can have spoiled food, right? That should really taste bad. Is that good for you? I don't think so. If you eat a piece of meat that's like 2 weeks old lying on the counter without refrigeration, yeah, that's gonna taste really bad and you'll probably get sick from that. Hey, I know where we are now. This is the new Utrecht Avenue and 62nd Street station. This is the part of Brooklyn where I kind of got lost that other day, trying to find the entrance to the N train, but I came from the other way. Actually, I walked the same exact path the other day. It was just at nighttime. Chris saying you guess it could be easy to get lost in Brooklyn. Yeah, you can. It's a large borough. Oh really? Butte just sold 3 stops to your hometown 9th Avenue train station. They did renovations. When did they do those renovations? I thought it looked pretty nice before. So this was the part of Brooklyn where I was confused where the entrance to the N train was. Meanwhile, I could have just gone straight instead of going up there and then coming on the other side of the sidewalk. I could have saved myself like 10 minutes by going this way. Under the tracks of the D train. POV says D for delight. Shirley says, are you going to 8th Ave on the N line now? No, I won't be. But I will be going to another part of Brooklyn. Chris says that station looks like a prison a little bit. Anyway, folks, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I'm gonna take the subway now, go to a different part of Brooklyn. But I want to thank all of you for coming out and watching me explore this part of Brooklyn. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone, see you later.